Hi everybody, it's Alison Morrow coming to you from beautiful South Africa with your SciComm hack of the day. The number one mistake that scientists make is waiting until after the research is finished, it's published, it's peer-reviewed before they tell anybody about it. Let's first go to Whitney, who is a conservation intern here in South Africa, and talk to her about why she sees it's so important for the public to see how the fudge is made.
Because it's a bigger impact when someone sees the animal up close and personal. They get to see the behavior. Not only do they read it, but they go out and experience it for themselves.
Okay, so in this case, it's not really fudge, it's telemetry work or feeding rhinos or any other number of wildlife issues out here in the bush. But what Whitney has realized is that when she takes the public around, same thing for media, for your scientific work, there's an impact that just simply doesn't happen when you hand somebody photos or words on a Microsoft document.
They also get very emotionally attached to the animal. A lot of people do this. And it has a bigger effect on people than just reading about it. They understand more because they look at it and see it for themselves instead of just reading it.
There are four main reasons why you should contact somebody in the media to come along with you as your research is unfolding. The number one reason is because you'll get multiple stories out of it. Think about it. Instead of one story at the very end, you take a reporter along with you as you're learning things, and they learn too. So you'll get several stories as the process unfolds instead of just one. The second reason why you should bring media along with you as you're doing your research, it will help them understand what's going on instead of just getting it all at the end. They'll be able to ingest the material slowly as the work unfolds, and that will make the story more comprehensive and comprehensible because the reporter gets it. They've seen how it all went down. The third reason is that simply the video and the pictures will be more compelling. People who do media for a living are just better at it than you are, sorry, at putting stories together. So if they can be there to take their expert video and photos and document it the way they know best, you'll get a more compelling story out of it. And then finally, you're more likely to get press coverage in general if you bring somebody along with you instead of just sending out a mass blast email at the end. I always say one of the best kept secrets is that the fewer people that you bring along with you as you're doing your research, the more minutes of coverage you'll get. For instance, if my bosses know that many people are invited to a press event after the science is already done, they're most likely just going to send a photographer and maybe they'll put about 25 seconds of video on the newscast as the anchor reads a few sentences about it. But if you only invite me and you invite me multiple times to be the embedded reporter with you as you're doing your research, it's more likely that you'll get several stories that are 5 minutes long. The public's going to get a real look at how all the research is going down. They'll get a chance to understand it, and they'll probably become more emotionally attached to it because they'll feel like they're there with you.
Well, it's much more enthusiastic, I think. Like if we have guests here and they experience something and they would want to go out and tell the person to come and do the same thing instead of if a person were to read about it, you won't really talk about it, you know. So it's just more, you know, people get more enthusiastic about it.
Again, I'm Alison Morrow. If you're interested in material like this, getting better as a scientist at compelling ways to talk to the public, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get a notification. See you next time.